So going to now create a tessellation here, which is pretty much a lazy man's mosaic, or the kind of mosaic I prefer to create. So I will come here, and because I want it to be created from this little creature painting of mine, I will go up here and do the quick clone again, and I will maximize these so I can see them. Zoom in a little bit, and then up under Effects, Esoterica, Make Mosaic and Tessellation. So in this case I will use the tracing paper, and I want to use the clone source, and I'm going to go up here and make the tessellation. Tile shape, you've got several options. I'll try each of them, and you can add, just clicking this, add a number of pieces. So each time I click it, it just adds another polygon, more and more pieces. Click it real quick to get some more in there, and go apply. And there you've got it. Let me come back and turn off the tracing paper so you can see it. Can't zoom out when this dialog box is open, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it. You can adjust again the grout width and that kind of thing, and it will do it on the fly. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this, and I'll start with a single, make tessellation. This time I'm going to use cracks, and you can just click in here. This is kind of interesting. I'll go ahead and add them. That's going to make really fine tiles there. So I'm using cracks now. Click OK. And there it is. You can see the little tiny cracks. And I will go back to here, and there's that tessellation. And then the third option here. This really is, if I'm making a mosaic, this is really the option I use. I very rarely use the other one because it just takes so much time. I'll clear that, and in this case we'll make a tessellation, and we will use triangles. And you can just click this, even spacing. I'll probably go, let's go clone-like. Add 500 points. So I think this should be following the clone image a little bit. Apply it, and there it did. So you can see if I go back here, and you can see it applied it, following a little bit. Now the colors are pretty wonky because they're telling it to vary the hue, saturation, that kind of thing quite a lot. So I'll come up under here, and I'll clear it again. And now I want to try something a little different. So again, pick your pieces, or whichever piece you want to use. Again, I like random. I think I'll take cracks, random, and I'm going to go ahead and add the points. Now one thing that's kind of fun is you can see my cursor here, and I can come in and draw a shape, and it adds little tiles all around that. And I forgot to mention a little earlier that the mosaics and tessellations are stored as, each one of these is stored in the document as a bit of information itself. So you could do this at a different resolution, and it would all work just the same. It's not resolution dependent. So now I'll click OK, and I don't like the color that the grout was, so let's undo that. I'll probably go back to white grout. Gray grout, that actually looks pretty good. Let's try white. That looks really bright, so maybe a little more gray. Click OK, and zoom out. So there's how you make a tessellation, and you can load again a mask from it. You can create drop shadows with it. There's just all sorts of interesting things you could do. You could, instead of just drawing these little random eyeball shapes or whatever I drew, you could put in letters. You could draw in letters. You could do pretty much anything you wanted to do. One thing you can do is come in here and go back into, and I'm going to clear this. And I'm going to apply, let's see, I'm going to make the tiles. I'm not going to use clone color. I'm going to tile color, use white, grout color. I'm going to use black, I guess. And I will make the tessellation. Let's use cracks and start applying it. Should have just added 500 points. Okay, now what you can do if you want is you can come in and you can color. You can make yourself an adult coloring book. So you can color each one of these tiles. If you'd like to do little flowers or whatever you want to do. Fill's easy. Whoops. Didn't work very good, did it? So I guess I'll stick with the regular fill. So that is tessellation. You can make a tessellation like I did on this one where I wasn't using the grout color. So in some cases I will use this to, let me clear this, make cracks or something like that. You know, if I want some sort of specific, I don't know what to say, some sort of specific rocky texture or something. And sometimes I'll spend some time manually going around and adding the cracks. Probably more because I'm a glutton for punishment than anything. And you can at any time just hit the apply 500 if you want. And then just go apply, and looks like I forgot to reset my color, but you can make some interesting kind of cracky looking things. So let's go clear this. Yes, I want to clear it. Yes, I didn't change my tile color, so let's change the tile color. Close it, and I'm going to go up under here again. And I think I'm just going to use the cracks. I'm going to use random. I'm just going to do the add 500 points and then apply it. And so there I've got a really, you know, pretty good kind of cracked mud texture. And it doesn't tile, unfortunately. So if I come up under Window and down to media panels and to patterns, last time or in the earlier video showed how you could check this out and see if it's seamless. So in here I'm going to define the pattern. I hold down the space and the shift key. If I just hold the shift, it just drags it around. But if I hold the space and the shift key, okay, so this is not seamless. You can see where it breaks up in the middle. You can come through and fix that, but it does take you a little bit of time. But if you need a good crack texture. It's easier fixing one on white on black than it is taking a photograph and trying to fix that up. So anyway, there is Tesselations, and give it a try, and you may find a really good use for it.